When we were kids, our parents told us not to touch the stove, right? It will hurt us a lot. Well, some of us didn't listen. We were contrarians, and we learned through experience not to repeat it. Except for her. She didn't get it. She was more than happy and willing to fall for the same mistake again. And her consequences were not small. She was jeopardizing her freedom just to be with someone she doesn't even know. Hello everyone, I'm glad to see you here. If you haven't, you can subscribe to the channel. We talk about catfishes, romance scammers, and read some Reddit stories.
Are you kidding me?
Audrey was married for 14 years until the marriage fell apart and got a divorce. But she wasn't giving up on finding her true love and potentially getting married again, so when she found out someone sent her a message through Facebook, she was intrigued. It was from a handsome man from Scotland named Duke.
How beautiful is your picture, Audrey, the message read. By the grace of God, I will meet that someone again.
This guy seemed legit, a normal guy who lost his wife and was looking for someone to love. At least at the beginning. They would talk for hours, although it's unclear if the talking was through messages or an actual phone conversation. He also told Audrey about his job. Care to guess where he works?
Spending months on an oil rig in the North Atlantic.
There it is!
Audrey spent hours on the phone from her home in Bluefield, Virginia.
Oh, okay, so it was on the phone. She actually heard him speak. Now the accent part. I'm a little intrigued because Scottish accent
What you wished?
is very different from a Nigerian one.
In Nigeria, we say water. We don't like to waste things in Nigeria. We don't like to waste words. So water is water.
Maybe her wishful thinking made her believe he was telling the truth. He was extremely romantic and Audrey fell for the guy in no time.
I look forward to talking to him. I look forward to getting emails in the middle of the night from him.
You and Duke McGregor began to talk marriage.
Yeah.
Now this one part is disgusting and bizarre at the same time. Audrey was 45 at the time of this whole thing happening and had no children with her ex-husband. She wanted to be a mother, so Duke promised her he will make that happen. He has a teenage boy who always wanted a mother figure, so Audrey could fulfill her maternal instincts on this kid. Weird, no? Even weirder because she started talking with Kevin, the teenager.
Kevin always told me he never had a mom, so he wanted a mom, and that's what he called me. He called me mom.
He called her mom. What a cheap shot. But why didn't that raise concern? She doesn't know these people and now a random teenager is calling her mother? But as usual, all of this was the filler content. The real stuff came months later. Or after Duke felt Audrey was emotionally involved with his family.
Duke had told me that where he's on the oil rig, that they freeze their accounts when they go out for security reasons.
He had no money to feed his kids, so he will ask Audrey for some money and she will give him everything he wanted because she was crazy in love with him and considered him and the kid her family.
I questioned him quite a bit. He could make you feel like you was the most dumbest person on this earth if you questioned him.
Yeah, they are masters on gaslighting the victims. But isn't it weird to give someone your money and when you ask for an explanation, they get offended and make you feel like crap just for asking a question? You are giving them something, helping them somehow, and in return, they attack you. Another reason why, even not knowing about the catfishing, horrible people.
He said he had a friend that needed some help. He needs you to receive some money and to forward it straight to him. And he was a banker in Nigeria.
Audrey alleges she was suspicious about it, and I believe her. But he manipulated her into doing what he wanted with your typical, if you love me, you will trust me line scammers love. For 2 years, Audrey moved money for Duke's friend. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, completely illegal, money laundry to be specific. And Audrey was a willing participant.
How much money actually passed through Audrey's hands?
In excess of $400,000.
She says, that number's more like 100,000.
I've got documents that beg to differ.
Audrey saw nothing wrong in what she was doing, but as we have repeated, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now that the cops were involved in the story, they searched for Duke and found out it was just a facade. The scammer used an innocent man's pictures to lure lonely women to later bamboozle them into laundering money for them. When banks got wind of this, they would close Audrey's account, telling her about the potential scam she was involving herself in. But because she had a potential family in Duke, she kept opening new accounts in other banks.
A detective came and talked to me, said he had an arrest warrant for me, and I went with him.
Audrey was released on bail 24 hours later.
The banks told her what she was doing was illegal. The detectives told her what she was doing was illegal. She spent time in jail because what she was doing was illegal. I don't know what she was expecting to happen after that. Right after leaving jail, she kept doing that thing she should have not been doing just because some dude she didn't even know told her to do it. But this is, again, another case of around and finding out.
Tell me about where we are right now.
Right now, we're at Alderson Federal Prison Camp in Alderson, West Virginia.
What is your sentence?
52 months.
Once Duke knew the feds got her, he skedaddled out of her life. Listen, I cannot say better than this detective.
She knew what she was doing was wrong. She did it even after she was arrested. At some point in time, the compassion stops and you just want to stop the crime.
I completely agree. It's as if she forgot how to be an adult. She was chasing love in an oncoming traffic. Once she got hit, she did it again. As I mentioned at the very beginning, even children learn from their mistakes. Why couldn't she? This just tells how damaged she was from the divorce. She wanted a do-over, and after finding Duke and his teenage son, she thought she had happiness close by, but at the same time forgot something extremely important, which was common sense.
There's times you still sit back and you think the conversations you had with them, and to know all of it was a lie, it hurts. And I'm going to have a hard time when I leave here trusting people.
I think she needs therapy. It's not about trusting or distrusting people, it's about having your eyes wide open at all the signs people give you. Duke gave her a bunch of signs she either didn't see or completely disregarded. She was selfish, blinded by her needs. I don't even think she was in love with Duke, she was in love with the idea of a happy family. Audrey is not the only one who is involved in things like this. It gets really difficult not to get angry with the victims. It's not about gender, it's not about age or socioeconomics. This is something else, like a specific personality trait. Well, regardless, Audrey will spend years behind bars. What do you think about this story? I don't know if there's someone who has talked about the mind of a romance scam victim, but it will be interesting to understand them more scientifically. I will investigate that. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. It really helps. I hope you had a fantastic day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Karen tried to play the victim. She tried to pout. But that's when Miss Karen learned, the more you f*** around, the more you find out.